What's up, guys? It's me, Technology Dude 117, and welcome to my first impressions for Watch Dogs. Now, Watch Dogs is easily one of the most anticipated games of 2014. It's definitely one of my most anticipated games of 2014. I've really been looking forward to this game for a while, and it finally dropped today on the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 3, the Xbox One, the Xbox 360, and the PC. And like I said, this is easily one of my most anticipated games of 2014. I've had my eye on this title since it was announced probably about 2 years ago at E3. It's really sort of been on my radar, and it's definitely been a game I've really been looking forward to getting my hands on. Now, going into Watch Dogs, I had really high expectations for the game, and I know pretty much everyone who was looking forward to this game had extremely high expectations for it. And I'm definitely not disappointed by any means. I think Ubisoft has done a great job delivering on most of their promises with Watch Dogs in the hour or two that I've played so far. It's definitely sort of meeting my expectations. It's probably about 80% meeting my expectations, and then there's like another 20% where it's just like, they could have done a little bit better. But to get into the impressions here, to start this off, we're going to talk about the graphics. Now, Watch Dogs was supposed to be the first true next-gen experience. That's sort of what Ubisoft was marketing it as. It was supposed to look absolutely fantastic and have all these great effects and so on and so forth. And, while it doesn't look as good as that original E3 demo, it still looks pretty damn good. Now, I'm playing the game on the PlayStation 4, and I believe on the PS4 it runs at 30 frames per second at like 900p, and so far what I've played, it looks pretty good. Everything looks really solid. There's like no frame rate dips, there's no screen tearing whatsoever, no lag in the open world. Everything looks fantastic. And, I definitely think they've done a good job nailing the game graphically. Yes, they should have tried and pushed to make it as good looking as that first E3 reveal. But, I can't really complain about graphics in Watch Dogs. Sure, I've seen better, next-gen looking games like Infamous Second Son, for instance. But, Watch Dogs is not a bad-looking game by any means. And it definitely looks really good, and I think people, will agree with that statement as well. So graphically, Watch Dogs does look great, but it definitely doesn't look as excellent as what was first proposed by Ubisoft. So that's really not a disappointing factor. I mean, you're playing the game for the gameplay, but it's always nice to have some pretty graphics to look at. So next, let's talk about gameplay in Watch Dogs, because what is a game without gameplay? So in Watch Dogs, there's a ton of different gameplay mechanics. They have stealth mechanics, they have action mechanics, they have driving, they have all kinds of different mechanics in this game, and I have to say everything works really well. The shooting's tight and responsive. There's a really great cover system to go along with that. It's easily one of the best third-person cover systems I've seen in a game in a while. It works extremely well. The camera's fine during everything you do. The driving in the game is fun. It's arcadey. I definitely like it a lot. It reminds me a lot of Sleeping Dogs driving. If anybody's ever played that game, it definitely reminds me a lot of that. It's very arcadey in that sort of sense, and it definitely adds a layer of fun. Then there's like stealth mechanics, which basically is you like sneaking around, hacking cameras and stuff, which sort of leads into the hacking mechanics that the game has to offer. There's a ton of different things you can hack, and there's so many different things in your environment you can utilize to your advantage. And it really makes you feel like a badass, and it really does a good job of making you feel like you're unstoppable and you're this just powerful, awesome badass. Like I've already said, it's really cool all the things you can do with just your smartphone in the game. And, it's definitely clear to see that that is your greatest weapon. So overall, in the gameplay department, I think Watch Dogs is really good in everything it does. Everything it throws at you is absolutely polished. And, I really don't have any complaints with it whatsoever. But there is one small gripe I do have, and that is that you cannot shoot out the windows of your car. Why you can't, I don't know. Ubisoft, please patch that, because that's just annoying. Because there's like these criminal convoys, and they're just hard. They're a pain in the ass, because you crash into the guy, and then his friends come, and they all start shooting you, and then you have to get out of the car, and you have to shoot them. Chances are you're going to die, because you have like 8 guys shooting you. So if you could shoot out of the car, that'd be great because you'd just be doing donuts and shooting out of the car. So I think that'd be pretty cool, and that's the one thing that the game is lacking in the gameplay department. But overall, gameplay-wise, Watch Dogs does do a great job. Now, as far as voice acting and story and characters go, I think it's pretty good so far. It's basically a revenge story. I don't really want to get into too many details here, but you know, it is sort of picking up more and more as you play the game, and you know, I definitely think it's a pretty well-written story. The characters, all the characters that I've met so far, are pretty likable. They're all well-voiced, and they're very well-designed. So I think, as far as story and you know, voice acting and the sort of presentation value of the game, if you will, those are also really good. So overall, Watch Dogs is definitely a great game. It's a great game to sort of start off the summer here. Like I said in previous videos, and everybody already knows this, we are in this summer drought here, and chances are, if you're a gamer, you've probably picked up Watch Dogs already, or you plan on picking up Watch Dogs. It's definitely a game you want to pick up. It's definitely one that you don't want to miss. I think it's a great start to a new franchise, and you know, I can't wait to see what Ubisoft does with Watch Dogs in the future. So I definitely think Watch Dogs is worth picking up. So there you guys go. Those are my first impressions for Watch Dogs. If you guys did enjoy this video, please do not forget to comment, rate, favorite, and subscribe. Share the video with your friends on Facebook and Twitter. And once again, guys, thanks for watching, and take it easy, everybody. I'll see ya.